welcome to the Young Pagan Circle on a Tuesday. I'm your Tuesday host, Hannah, aka the Plungwitch 255, blah 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 blah. I am going to make this video today on a topic suggested by Ivy Wind, who is our awesome Friday host, and the topic is called Gods and Goddesses. Yay! I love talking about this topic because I find everyone's views so interesting, and yeah. So, without further ado, okay, so the first topic I'm going to cover today is how do I connect with the god and goddess in my daily life? Well, this varies because it changes all the time. Sometimes, for instance, when I've got work and I have to get up and leave straight away, like today I had work at 9:30 this morning, so I had to get up and leave. But basically, as soon as I wake up and before I leave the door, I normally kind of, basically, in my head, I kind of think, okay, I thank you for everything you're going to bring me and everything you've brought me already. Please protect me during this day or whatever. You know, I kind of just speak to them in my head like they're kind of friends or family. I don't say anything formal when I'm just kind of asking for things. I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's not my style, and I don't feel like I'm insulting the universe by not being formal with them. If you get me, I don't know. And I will explain why further in a minute. But yeah, basically like that. I mean, if it's a weekend and I can afford to get up and do an actual full devotional, slash meditation, I normally link the two, then I will do that. But most of the time, it's normally just through thought, basically, and that's all I think is necessary sometimes. I mean, I don't know. I feel like your devotion is purely there just from the fact that you're communicating. It doesn't have to be so elaborate if you're not an elaborate person. I'm not a very elaborate person. I don't know if you guys notice, like, I'm not very elaborate in the fact that my rituals normally aren't so elaborate as other people's. They're not so formal. They're just what I feel comfortable with, and that's obviously what everything boils down to. Number 2, how do you view the god and goddess? Right, I view them. I view the god and the goddess as energy, for a start. Obviously, the female and the male energy that rules the earth, basically, and everything in and around it. I kind of view the energy represents kind of like yin and yang to me. The two forces of everything, really. I think everything's made up of either of I think everything is made up of these forces, but some things are more of one force than the other. For instance, when you have masculine and feminine objects, and masculine and feminine plants, and I think everything gives off either a masculine or a feminine energy. So the god and goddess to me are that energy. They are the force that rules everything. They're like the higher power, I suppose. When it comes to different pantheons, I like to sometimes visualize different gods and goddesses from different pantheons to represent an aspect of the energy that I'm referring to. So it depends on what. Say if I'm doing a spell, I want to use the Egyptian pantheon, and I want to do a spell for a birth of an idea or a rebirth of an idea. I would choose Isis personally, because she is the one that feels most motherly to me. Like in the Greek mythology, Demeter and Gaia represent the mother, and different things, and they all have different qualities, but I do believe that they're all one part of one force. Yeah, so that's why when I do different rituals and I'm asking for different things in my life or blah blah blah, then I will choose an aspect of the goddess. So yeah, I just believe they're all part of one thing, really. I think of them, I refer to them as goddesses and gods, but really it's just an energy, which is what I feel. But there is definitely two genders in there, kind of two elements of this energy, because Well, yeah, that's that's what I think really, that you can't have one without the other. Like you can't have males without females. You can't have females without males. So that's what I think. Everything's built up of this energy. But I don't think, for instance, just because I'm a female doesn't mean that I am instantly considered the goddess aspect, if you like, because some females have more of a masculine energy, and this has nothing to do with stature or the way you dress. It's just, I just think that, for instance, Gemini is a sun sign. It's a masculine sign. You see, everything has an energy attached to it, and that's what the god and goddesses is made up of it. Which is why I don't speak that formally to them in ritual, and I don't normally speak with I speak with respect, like I respect my mum and I respect my friends, but I don't speak to them like they're some foreign thing that I have no contact with, and I should be, like I'd rather speak to them like a friend, because that's what I feel they are. I feel like they help everything run its course, and I feel they do completely kind of run everything, but in the same respect I feel more comfortable speaking to them that way, and that's why I speak to it. Whew, whatever. Is this the view you've always had? Okay. Sorry, that topic was, is this the view you've always had, or has this changed as you've grown spiritually? It's kind of half and half. I've always felt that there's definitely a masculine and feminine element that's ruling everything. But I've only come to the conclusion that, I've only come to the conclusion that the pantheons kind of link into it as I've grown spiritually. Because when I was younger, I didn't know there were so many pantheons. I didn't know about that stuff, so I can't have had it my entire life because I didn't know it existed. But in the same vein, it is the view I've always had, kind of, because I've always felt that the masculine and feminine energy rule together. So I've never for once, like even when I was younger, I always questioned, and people would Christian people in the family would say blah blah God and God this and God that. I've always felt, well, no, and my argument always was when I was younger, well, how can you have a male without a female? You can't create humans with one person, so then why would any other life force or energy be the same? Any different? Sorry, I'm rambling today. Do you connect more with the goddess or god aspect? I'd say goddess. And again, this is not because, I don't know. Generally, I connect with the goddess sign, the goddess aspect more, and I can't explain it. I just do. For instance, with my parents, you lean towards one of your parents more sometimes, don't you? You're either a daddy's girl or a mum's girl, whatever, and you get along with one of your parents more. That's the kind of same thing with me. I'm definitely a mum's girl. Like, I get along with my mum more, because we connect more, and that's why I'm like the goddess. I completely connect with her more. I don't know why. I can't help it. It's not something I can just force myself to be comfortable with. I'm aware of the masculine energy. I respect the masculine energy. But in the same vein, I feel definitely more comfortable with the female energy. And I'm not sure why. I really don't. It could be because of my star sign. I know this sounds a bit strange, but as I said, I'm born under a masculine sign, so naturally, you need an opposite. It's like a magnet, isn't it? You need the opposite end to attract to, and the other one just repels, right? I don't know. That's what I think. Moving on. Advice to young pagans on how to get connected with the god and goddess. Which check what time I'm on. 9 minutes, not bad. This one is, I don't want to just give you meditation this time, because I figure that meditation is just, you do that for everything, obviously, but I think with this particular, a lot of people give these elaborate things, and then you do this rituals to connect with the goddess, and you can do this, and you can do that, and recite 5 pages of a spell while waving your hands magically. But I am such a simpleton. I prefer to make things as simple as possible. Not because I like to rush things, not because I'm stupid, because that's my personality. My personality is simple. Simple, simple, simple. So with me, I would just speak out loud or speak in your head. That's how I do it, and that's the easiest way. I mean, yeah, you could do a meditation as well to kind of find your aspect of your goddess you're most comfortable with, if that's what you believe, or which gender you're more comfortable with, the goddess or the god. But personally, the easiest way is just to talk to them. And I always recommend this. I recommend this for getting in touch with the universe itself. I recommend this for getting in touch with your loved ones and or spirits. But let's not talk about spirits in this because I could go on for years about that. But I do think to connect with them, you just need to talk. Also, another way, I've just thought of this now. This is a good idea. If you guys do any form of tarot or divination, you can connect them through that. But my personal advice is just to connect with them however you feel comfortable. If you feel like you want to be formal towards them, then you be formal towards them. If you feel like me that you'd rather be more like talking to them like a friend with respect, but not with all the formality, you can do that. You know, they are completely personal to you. There's no one way you have to do it, and I keep reminding people this every single time I do a video. I must mention this. There is no right or wrong way to do this. That is the amazing thing about this whole faith. Is there's not okay with Wicca. You're not supposed to force people to do things or generally be a bad person in the respect that of the rule of three. Apart from that, you guys can do whatever the heck you want. I mean, that's what's so great about this. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to read all these rituals and read all these devotions from about 10 pages unless you want to. And that's all I have, and that's all the advice I have. I mean, apart from meditation and speaking out loud, you could do daily devotions, which is basically giving offerings or just saying something repeatedly every morning or night. Some people give just seeds as offerings, which I think is a really lovely idea. I mean, I like seeds. I think they're very earthy, and that's just like a perfect offering, or even stones. But as I said, like personally, I don't have time to do that every morning. When I do have time, I like to make the effort. But you know, they're not gonna strike you with a thunderbolt if you don't do your devotion one morning. They're not gonna smite you if you don't use all these long fancy words and be all elaborate. Of course not. And that's all the advice I have to give to you guys today. I've already rambled on a lot today, and I'm actually getting quite a sore throat. But I will see you guys in the next topic next week, which is being thought of by the witch and the angel. I don't know if she knows yet. I have to email her and that. I really like the idea of us all choosing our own topics. Actually, it's really working out super well, and yeah. So I will see you guys next week and on my personal channel as soon as I can. Bye!